That sound. Right, okay. Welcome to the Redwood Rovers podcast.
Hello all.
The most clapped podcast in the East Midlands. So I thought I'd introduce the three co-hosts I've got with me today. To my left, Mr. Matthew Rhys.
Hello all. I hate my life.
Brilliant. To my right, Mr. Zachary Coppin.
Only here because I'm paid.
And to his right, Mr. Jack Baker.
Hello.
So I thought I'd start off today with a question. Why are we here?
Because you forced us to.
Yeah, Rhys is media studies class that have completely fucked it.
It's just gone, mate. It's like...
So yeah, we've had a bit of a rough start setting up. Mainly because I've been given half the equipment I need to record this.
The media studies have done him dirty, and we are now playing by Rhys's phone instead of an actual camera. So thank you, Lincoln College. Appreciate that one.
Yeah. And the GoPro from 2010, that's a real class act.
That is amazing.
So I think we'll go around and introduce a little bit more for ourselves. So obviously my name's Rhys. I'm the only media.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this.
Yeah, I'm the only media student on this course, thankfully. Because if these were on the media course as well, I'd probably
kill myself.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, media.
I want to.
What the fuck is this?
But born December 2001, probably one of the only people here who's born in 2001. This is
there's two. There's two. Right. I'm Zach. Highcombe Tigers striker. 30 goals. Remember the name.
What, when you're 21 and you're playing non-league football?
Obviously, mate. Sunday league's where it's at. Better than the Prem.
Yeah, it's better than the Prem. Talking about the Prem, Liverpool. Are they going to win the league, Matthew?
No, they're not going to win the league because Brighton are shit and they're going to bend over for Man City when they play them at the weekend. And they're going to take it very hard.
You forgot me.
Yeah,
I haven't even said me yet.
Oh yeah, my name's Jack. I'm a plumber at Selmac.
He's a plumber at Selmac, ladies. A plumber at Selmac. Thank you very much.
Yes. We've decided to bring him on because originally Jack was the left out of the four because I thought I couldn't carry him through this, and I'm probably right, but we've decided to go with it anyway.
At the moment, we're
finally,
carrying.
to my left, Liverpool fan.
Yep, that's me. Right. Hello, I'm Matty. I work at McDonald's for a living, and I hate it. I do 3 A levels. I do economics, business, and politics. And you may think, well, that's a bit shit. You would be right, actually. You'd be right. But oh well. Might get further than he has. Plumbing, yeah. Life does go on, Jack. And if I can get anywhere in my life, as long as it's further than plumbing and McDonald's, I will be happy. Thank you, everyone. What?
Nothing's wrong with plumbing.
What do you mean nothing's wrong with plumbing?
Nothing's wrong with plumbing.
Nothing is wrong with plumbing. You need
The-
plumbers.
The fact you send Snapchats or saying you're proud of your plumbing work, that makes me depressed.
No wrong with that. If he's proud of his plumbing.
That's like on Pro Clubs being, oh yeah, that was a really good goal.
We like FIFA.
When it
It's
wasn't,
not.
because you literally just clicked B and hope.
Oh god. Oh yeah.
That is it.
Later in the podcast, I'm going to prove that I'm good at FIFA.
And
So
how are you going to do that?
you just wait. I'm going to body you all on a game.
Right.
So,
Okay
right,
then.
FIFA.
Confidence. Alright, okay.
Yeah. I thought I'd show it. But anyways, with the
That's me.
instruction out the way, and the most clapped instruction at that.
Speak myself.
You know, it's a
That-
good
that's
idea
one-
to have a podcast when he can't even speak normally.
That's one bit of information I should have said about myself. I've got a speech impediment, so this is going to go really well. I'm going to have to articulate my words. Anyways, so with the introductions out the way,
What do you want to go on to first, Rhys? It is your podcast.
It's your podcast, yes. So what would you like to go on to first, my friend?
we're gonna discuss my original idea for the podcast because it wasn't this, and it shouldn't have been this. But the original idea for the podcast is I was gonna have individual interviews with my friends and just go with that because I thought interviewing my friends.
Fucking job interview, mate. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is why I didn't go with it because in interviews, like in the moment, I thought they'd be really good, and then I thought about it more and more, and I thought it'd just be a bit boring. So I thought I'd get this idea going, and I wish I hadn't, but I have. So, with the idea of getting you three on, I thought we work so well in an Xbox party.
No, we don't.
We really don't.
He was just desperate and paid us all to do this.
Yeah, he's very desperate.
Unfortunately, I am. But yeah,
Half of his budget went on us.
£5 each.
Thanks again, Lincoln College, for their massive support. We really enjoyed it, yeah. Especially when we opened the little microphone box and realised it was these kind of mics rather than actual podcast mics.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Your 80s club singers microphones.
Nice one.
Yeah.
I feel as though I could just bang out a karaoke on this, but I'm not gonna.
That'd be unprofessional, wouldn't
It's
it?
very unprofessional.
Yeah. So talking about unprofessional, getting you and Jack on this podcast.
You're lucky to have me and Jack. That is the difference. Jack Baker.
I'm like, yeah, I carry shit, alright?
Yep. You heard it here first. He carries
Hang on a
shit.
fucking minute.
Well, yeah. There's always Matty. Yeah, probably want to put you.
exactly
what we went Professional. Candy Crush.
Yes,
Candy Crush
unprofessional.
is
Jack
the
Baker.
Yeah, maybe he is unprofessional. Right.
Yeah. So I wanted Zach on the podcast because
Obviously. God,
I thought he
fuck
could
it.
carry with his.
No, go on. Stop, Stop.
Zach.
please.
I thought he
Go
could.
on,
I thought he could carry with his.
With
I
what?
honestly, I'm not sure what it is, but he's got something in his locker.
I've got I've got something. Ah. Oh, yeah.
But with Jack, I thought Jack we could bring on, and he'll have a really work, or he won't.
I just make shit happen, basically.
He's the make shit happen guy.
Yeah, we're 7.5 minutes in, and you already want to leave. So
I know. So
Yeah, most of us do. Give it to the 10-minute mark and I'll be smashing my head off the table. So,
it's pretty much how it's going to go with this, isn't it?
right, let's have a look at what you've got. What you got in
So the
line
topic
for us?
list, what we're going to go through today. I wanted to go through the podcast in its original form.
Politics.
What is the
Podcast.
What do you mean podcast in original form? Let's go on to that first.
Yeah, right,
what
yeah,
do you
what-
mean?
I've
by
already-
What does that even mean? Do you know what you're
Original
writing?
form.
Yeah, so the original idea, well, the actual podcast, because the original idea I had for my final project was those interviews, but I moved it onto the podcast idea. I wanted to have it as a half and half podcast. I wanted to have you four as one half, and then the other half be with Jack and Daniel. If you remember Jack and Daniel,
I do remember Jack and Dan.
Jack Thomas and and Daniel Carroll.
I'm a gay guy.
No.
No,
yeah,
he is
yeah,
gay,
yeah, they are gay.
Say 3 gay people.
That's really funny, Jack. Thanks for that.
It's not exactly allowed.
We can move on to our next topic.
And what's our next topic?
How we came to be friends.
Um,
Friends, if that.
a series of unfortunate events, as they say.
So we'll come on to how
Well-
I met Matty.
Well,
But it all started with
Us
the open day at the City.
Hang on a
Right,
fucking minute.
Do you want chronological order or
Do you want your clapped order when you met everyone?
I was going to go with how I met everyone.
no?
But-
No, you fucking won't.
it's not all about you.
Okay.
Right, since your podcast and your media studies class that you're getting fucked in doesn't mean it's all about you. We're here now, so we're taking over.
I am the
Zach.
king.
Explain.
Right. So me and Jack started off nursery, was it, or whatever it's called? Nutwood Nursery. There you go.
Oh, that's a
Bingo,
brilliant name.
bango. Then we went on to Meadow School.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not Meadow
It was
School?
the
Oh,
Lowfields.
Lowfield School.
The
Right,
Lowfield
go on then,
School.
Jack, carry on. So you seem to know
Well,
more.
no, right. So went to
No.
Nutwood, moved to Lowfields, and then casually just went up the years, and then eventually Matthew joined us. Eventually at Lowfields.
Yeah, eventually, if you want to say that any more times.
Eventually, and then and moved on. That building got knocked down completely. Got absolutely fucked.
What year was that?
Oh no.
Fuck me.
Then they put spastics in there, didn't they?
Well,
Yes, that is now a spastic school.
Acorn.
I'm not going to be able to use that now.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Rephrase that. Not spastics. The angry students that get thrown to Acorn because they can't behave in school.
Yeah.
We feel very strongly against them as it stops the routine school studies.
Yeah, love
Pulling
Acorn.
knives out on people is not acceptable.
Yeah. So I think it was year 5 because I remember Acorn getting built.
No, Acorn got built ages ago. Well, not ages ago, but like after we left
Lowfields.
Meadows. After we left Meadows, that was when
Meadows,
Acorn was
okay.
Year
built.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like year 7, 8. So
So what,
what's that? 2013.
Yeah.
2013 was when our really old school turned into
A mental
home
asylum.
for kids. Yeah,
Pretty much a
essentially.
mental home for kids.
It's a
But-
bad place.
That's where you nearly went there.
No, I didn't.
Oh no! I swear, one of us three got threatened. Definitely wasn't me. I'm just trying to point out Jack. One of us three at City got threatened with going to Acorn.
I didn't.
Pretty sure,
Not
I
that
didn't.
though.
Jack,
pretty sure we didn't.
I'm sure you got threatened with getting moved out of the school because you weren't picking your grades.
Yeah, that is true.
No.
Yeah, you are shit.
No, I don't believe I did.
I must have heard wrong then.
I think you did.
Yes, must have heard
You
wrong.
must have heard wrong.
Yes.
Because
No.
it definitely
But going
did
back
not happen.
to Lowfields and Meadows, Mr. Matthew Grice,
Mm-hmm.
you met these two.
Unfortunately.
Just explain how unfortunate it was.
Basically, he was sat at the computer one day. He was one of those troublesome childs. So he was sat at the computer.
No, not troublesome. Troubled.
He was sat at this fucking computer, out the way of everyone else because he couldn't hack the classwork of what the 5+5 and the 10 times table.
It's
You know.
hard shit.
Barely knows it now.
Yeah, barely knows it.
I'm pretty sure in our sports class you had to be sat with someone else for doing work as well.
I did. I always copied.
So
Always copied. It's the best way forward.
5 years down the line from Meadows and you still had that support teacher.
No, I never had a support teacher. Like, ever.
But you had a support teacher.
No, I didn't. I was just sat next to people who were smart, so that I could copy them.
What are you doing with that?
Spinning it.
So yeah, you saw that trouble kid Jack. What about Zach?
Oh yeah, him. Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, we played at Ruston's together, didn't we?
Oh, we did, yeah. Forgot about that one. We did play at Ruston.
What year was that?
That was when I was about 6, I think. 6. That's when it first started.
Mhm.
So what year's that? I can't do quick math.
2000. I swear we started.
2008.
2007, 2008.
I think
Yeah,
it was around
2008. Yeah,
2008
I
when we
just
started
realised
it.
that would have been the easier way of doing it.
Pretty much. And then you graduated from Meadows.
Graduated.
Graduated from primary
Graduated.
school. He could barely
Left.
get out of year 4, let alone graduate.
If you know where you stay in the younger year until you can actually do that, was a thing in England.
Yeah. Jack
Jack would still be in
wouldn't
year
be
4.
here.
I wouldn't pass.
He would literally be still doing stats.
Pretty much.
They
So
make that education system a lot harder nowadays in primary school.
you would have been so screwed now.
Would've. So luckily I got out at the right time.
Talking about getting out. So you got out of Meadows and you came to City where you met.
I should have never came to City. Never. I should have gone to LSST. I got accepted there, and I turned it down.
You turned
for
LSST
City
down.
School. I turned it down for City School, and now I ended up like this,
Yeah.
doing a podcast in my
Hello.
kitchen/dining room with Rhys, who does media studies at level 2.
Level 2 because I didn't pass my English.
That's what I'm stuck with.
But you didn't pass your English either, so.
I did. I passed it
Second
now, and
time.
I've still passed it.
But yeah, Matty went off to LSST and you two went off to City. So it came to the open day for all the schools to come have a taste at City. I think it was the history lesson we met at. We got sat at a table. It was me on the left side with Jacob Robertson and Daniel DeRosa, who I was still friends with at the time, unfortunately. And then it was you two and Daniel Carroll sat on the right side.
Oh yeah, we knew good old Daniel from primary school. Jesus, he's a good lad, he is. We do love a good Daniel, we do.
But yeah, so we got sat at that history lesson with Miss Satchel. We love Miss Satchel.
Mate, she was a good teacher, because...
She almost had my head twice.
Yeah, I know, she nearly killed people, but...
Oh, Jack, you can't come. I'm not hitting your car. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Miss Satchel.
She was a good teacher, but she was just hard on the students.
Yeah, and
She
you
was.
bottled history.
I-
What did you take? History or geography?
History.
History or geography?
History.
History or geography? History or geography?
Geography.
Oh, of
Recurring
course you
theme with the brain cells of certain people. That's all I'm going to say.
But history's boring.
And geography's any better, Jack. Go on, tell us about geography. What have you learned in geography?
Nothing. Just about shitty little rocks, really.
Rocks.
I swear you learnt more from
Rocks about rocks.
I swear you learn more about the world from playing FIFA than you have in geography, Jack. And that's the worst thing about it.
Yeah,
you
but
stop wiping on my table. Just stop. Just
No, if you watch back from the start, I've been watching him.
He's
If
just
you watch from the
so
start, he's just
wrong.
doing everything with his hands. He's wiping it.
It's a good thing I didn't have the stands for these tables, because as soon as you knock these tables, it goes into the microphones, and he would have ruined the whole thing. You're funny, yo.
Jesus.
But yeah, back to Miss Satchel in a history class. So we met in that history class, end the year 6, beginning year 7. I decided to become friends with Daniel more than you two, and that was the way it went until about year 9, until we got put in an English class together, you and me.
Yeah, we had a 3-year break from Rhys. We did, me and Jack. 3-year break, and then we have to deal with him from now on.
To be honest, Jack, it was more of a 4-year break for you because you didn't like me in year 9. You still don't really like me now.
you're just there, really.
Yeah.
You just you just turn up out of nowhere. So like we'll all be in a party, like we'll have the originals, and then you'll just come waltzing in, thinking you're Barry Big Lock, trying to be like, right, Rhys is here.
It's pretty much how it's gone for the last
And
2
then that's
years.
it.
But yeah, year 9, me, you, and Jack in English class. Who was it? Miss Brookman's English class?
Yeah, probably. I think.
No, it was that foreign.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was that foreign exchange teacher, Miss Panov.
No, it wasn't.
Mother
that.
Russia.
It was earlier than that.
Yeah,
no, we
we
first met in like year 7 in Miss Brookman's class, but we didn't actually like each other until year 9 when it was Miss Panel's class.
yeah,
Right.
that's how it went.
That's happened.
I think we fully became friends when I threw I threw a dictionary at you. So we were.
The reason you threw the dictionary was because you're dyslexic and you were annoyed that Zach was taking the piss out of you. Isn't that right?
I'm not.
Yeah, because I could read and look at words
you
and
could read the
understand.
dictionary then.
Funny enough, I could speak properly until I had my braces, and as soon as I got my braces, my teeth fixed.
Why are your teeth still fucked?
My teeth, because I don't wear my retainers. It's pretty much how it goes. But with yeah, I threw a dictionary at you. We were pissing about. I think you threw a piece of paper at me, so I threw a dictionary at you.
Probably.
Yeah, but it ended up with
Me karate kicking the fuck out of him into a door, and then
Miss Brookman taking us out of the class, and we got sent to pupil support because Miss Brookman thought you were bullying me.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Apparently I'm a bully.
Yeah, well.
Oh what?
Well, yeah, we went
Sure.
we went laughing to people support, and I think that's where it started. I think that's where you tried to start to include me in more things. I think that's the only reason I'm here now is because you.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, you should
I've made
just
so
stay
many
out of
mistakes
this.
with
We-
certain
at the
people.
minute, we could be playing FIFA or something
Yeah.
far away from him, and he could be sat in his little media studies room crying that he doesn't have anyone to do it with. But now he's here with us, and we're the one getting the fucking clapness out of it, aren't we? We're sitting
We are
at
getting the
Zach's
unlucky
table in his fucking kitchen/dining room with the worst setup I've ever seen in my entire life. They
Lincoln
have better
College.
setups in fucking Afghanistan than this. Osama bin Laden's video was better than this.
It was. It
And
was.
we're just sat here.
He was getting interrogated filming a podcast. Hello?
Oh god. Yeah, we're filming this.
We're sorry.
I'm
We're
using.
sorry.
I'm using.
We're sorry, Ian.
It is.
I'm not. I'm doing the best I
Whatever for his
can
grade.
so I can get a merit or a distinction.
I don't know if you'll be getting a fucking distinction, lad.
I'm getting a merit at best, passed at worst. But I'm using. What is it? Your sugar and your tea container.
Sugar.
Yeah, if you want.
Pretty much to
I think
record
so.
this. But so we stop getting sidetracked.
Right, this quickly, Jack. Go on, move out of the way. I'm off for a week, and I'm off to check if the camera's recording.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, another 10 minutes is gone. But Jack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can continue this conversation.
Mm.
Year 10.
Mm.
This is the Civil War begins. I don't know if you remember this, but this is when I started getting included into Redwood, or the idea of Redwood in the Xbox parties, and it went through a stage throughout the whole year that Jack didn't really like me. He kept trying to throw me out. So we had a PE class together during that year. So it'd come to a Monday morning where we'd be in we'd be in PE together, and we hang out, and I'd probably piss you off somehow. And come that afternoon, I wouldn't be allowed in the Xbox parties, and that's how it went for the whole year.
No. No, it's like, I don't know, really. Just don't know. You're just annoying, really, sometimes.
You can vouch for this. Now you come back into the room. Year 10, it was the civil war between me and Baker, where you in the middle trying to keep me in and keep Jack happy.
No, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really that fussed. It wasn't my battle to fight, but
I'm not involved in any of this because I didn't go to that shitty city.
it's my go, so I'm holding it again. Wonderful. Yeah, it wasn't really my battle to stop or to let go, so I was just keeping it going, essentially. I was just keeping Rhys in so the arguments would carry on. I was like a fire starter, twisted fire starter. Yeah, that's all I've got for that one. I don't.
Yeah, but it continued on for the whole year until Jack just got sick of it and kind of accepted that I was here to stay.
Are you happy that he's still here?
I'm not, to be fair.
Well, that's a no.
I don't know. You're just so annoying, really.
When it comes down
Like,
to
you
it,
think you're good at everything, but you're not.
or maybe that civil war never ended. Maybe it's just.
No, I think the civil war has ended. It's just him not liking you, and you still liking him somehow.
Is that like talking about the civil wars within the group? Jack had another member that supported him on that front, and that was Max Bartle. But now he's not here, so Jack's by himself. So
Oh yeah, Max and Jack both didn't like him. Fuck Max, though.
fuck Max.
Max is a bit of a snake.
Oh.
I don't really want to go into this because
Well, I don't want to go into this, but
Yeah, I think it's best to say it's not our territory to
it's not,
speak
it's not
about.
our comment.
You can't speak at all, apparently.
I can't, definitely not. But yeah, I started coming out to play football. I think it was hide and seek at night as well.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, no, they were the days.
That
But
was good.
that was good days.
No, it wasn't hide and seek. It was
Manhunt.
hide and seek, take, or manhunt.
Yeah,
Because hide and seek.
manhunt next to that reservoir that always stunk. Like
Oh yeah, that little area jumping over. Yeah, that was
yeah,
alright.
I remember the second time I came out, I almost got threatened because there was this guy because we were like running about and making too much noise. Apparently, he came out of his house and started shouting at me, saying he was going to batter us.
What about the time when they accused us of putting the wire on
Yes.
the road or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
and you stood up to that guy and you fucking got right in your face with his
Did he
dog?
like grab you or something?
He didn't grab me. He didn't have the minerals. I just stood there and stood me ground. He was swearing. He had his little bloody what was it? What dog did he have? He had a
Really
proper
German
Rhys.
Shepherd.
Yeah, he had an aggressive dog. So I just like, please back up. Don't hurt me.
Try not to piss myself
But I
off
didn't
in front of
like back
anyone
up because never back up, never back up, never back down.
Oh no, and then he tried shaking your hand, didn't he?
Yeah.
After
Oh,
he said
God.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
'cause
do
didn't back
apologise.
down.
I almost beat up a 15-year-old. Here's my hand in apology.
No, he didn't. No, he was all right. He was just
I'm-
protective of the little female.
I don't think you have to back down from that statement, Zach, because I don't think he's going to listen to this and come hunting for you.
It wouldn't make a
Time
difference
through
even if
window
he did. Smashing through that door. What?
I was listening to this. That moves us into our next topic. Redwood Rovers, the name of the podcast,
Yeah.
but it's not mine. I think it's best you three explain this because I'm still very much not a main member.
There's not much to it really. It
How
was just the place we played football
Redwood.
and the end of Blackburn Rovers. Redwood Rovers. Easy.
We have no
Bingo.
affiliation with Blackburn Rovers.
We have no affiliation. They are not our parent club.
No.
We're not even a team. We just had a name because why not have a name, hey? Everyone's got a name these days. Jack's got a name. Jack. Yeah.
You've got a name.
Don't
Clapped.
identify
That's
as
all
a
there is to that.
Blackburn
There's not
Rovers,
much
so-
in the already.
Yeah, that's in its name though. But about its members,
Should
should we go through who's a part of Redwood?
Birthdays.
Who is a part of the Redwood Rovers boys?
You three to begin with: Matthew Grice, Zach Coppin, and Jack Baker.
Don't expose my full name.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Now people are going to search me
No,
up
I'm
and be like,
gonna
haha,
get
you was on that
emails
podcast
from
lol.
people in like Africa.
And then beat me up and then that's me dead.
Keep
So
going.
he was lying about my name. And
Zach
then,
Coppin, everyone.
and then that's Jack. We
Baker,
also have Joe.
Harrison,
Oh, for fuck's
I'm
sake.
Why? Who else do we have? Callum,
Callum Ward,
Ollie, Henry.
Sheehan. I'm just filling out the names here.
That's it.
Is that it?
There's
I don't
8
know.
of us. Oh no,
There
was
is-
8.
There is an extended group, as they say. Rhys is part in the between of the extended and the actual.
I'm trying to fulfil my membership quota at the minute.
He's paying £20 a month.
I'm lucky to still be here because we've
You are very lucky to still be here.
who else is there that's
Very
extended?
lucky.
Alfie, Harry, Rhys,
Yeah, dude.
partially was Brandon,
yeah, ex members of that include Brandon Mountcastle,
Big John.
Big John, who's we've never seen.
We've never seen John.
That answer my question. Where
That
he
could
is.
be a long
Okay.
story for
Who?
the podcast.
He's dead.
Oh
Who?
yeah, Ben. Jesus.
Oh, Ben Worthington. He was original as well. Well, original?
Not really.
Well, in a sense.
He
was
was the first extended member then.
No, because I know what you mean by the fact he was a first original because he was from Meadows and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say more extended.
Yeah,
That
he
podcast going
yeah,
into
he
it.
was the first extended member. But the originals, Matthew Grice
Impediment again?
is going to come into play throughout this whole thing.
We've seen 31 minutes in. There's about 5, 6. It's alright. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Oh God. Yeah, you, Zach, Jack. I just remembered this is a podcast, so I've got to say your name.
Right, okay. But I think they can tell by the way
Zach,
you're looking.
Jack, Matthew, and Callum.
You looked
Callum.
at me.
And Ollie and Henry.
Yeah.
They were the 5 originals.
Sorry, I'm just
Then the original extended members, me, Max, Brandon, and Ben.
I don't know how Joe came into play.
No, Joe just came in because he knew
Me.
you,
Yeah.
and then he
we
was
went
like
on
just
the
accepted straight away, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has no like school affiliation, does he? Because he went to
I have no school affiliation, but we live 6 houses up, so.
yeah.
And then we started playing football when I joined Highcombe. He joined Highcombe. No, he joined Highcombe the season before. Then I joined his team, and then I made him make friends with Callum, and then the long process began, and then yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't like Joe for a long time. Remember, because I popped his ball and I owed him £4, but I never gave him that £4. Kicked his ball over a fence. I know.
But yeah, Joe was like Joe didn't have to go through the process of being an extended member and then coming in. He just came in straight into the
Yeah.
fold.
Came in.
But yeah, he went to
Redwood.
He
no.
went to RP and he went to
There we go.
RP.
RP. Shout out RP.
That's not shout out.
Shout out RP for being on the worst schools in England list. What? It is.
Oh,
Ye-
it's right.
There's 3 Lincoln schools. You've got UTC, RP, and I think NK was on it as well. That was before NK.
Still working.
Yes,
Bingo,
it is.
bingo.
Oh
There
my
it
god.
is. Right,
That's
carry on,
fine.
sorry, I just get sidetracked pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
Why are you getting rude when you've got a speech impediment? I can ruin this whole thing with one word.
Don't.
Go on, try me.
Oh god.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Don't. Oh god. But
Game over.
going on from that, Highcombe Tigers.
The bloody boys, Highcombe Tigers. 2 failed members of Highcombe Tigers. They gave it a go and they bottled it. Well, partially gave it a go.
I gave it a week, 2 weeks where I was trying to get in, and then your manager literally went, oh, I've got his name.
Carlton.
No, one who does rollerblades.
Foz.
Fozzie.
Ages ago, Jesus.
Yeah.
Put him down.
I just kept.
As soon as he sees fucking food.
Just sit down, man.
It's not food.
You bet you thought it was food, didn't you, when you picked it
I
up?
knew what it was.
No, you
Just sit
didn't.
down and let's carry on with the podcast, for God's sake. If you want to stay here any longer, we carry this on. Alright?
What do you mean?
I don't know what I meant. I meant if.
He meant
Shut
the
up!
the longer you take to settle down, the longer it takes to finish this thing. The longer you're here.
Correct. Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Right.
Foz Bingham. Is it Foz?
Foz Binning. Binning.
Yeah.
What, and his son, is it Charlie?
Charlie Binning.
Yeah.
Did not like them.
I came in for a couple of weeks where I was desperate to try and get into a team because I'd never played Sunday League football before that. I
can
played
see
football in the team. I played for my primary school B team. our biggest loss was 16-0
Right.
because we were clapped. We were clapped. But I came in 2 weeks. I just kept trying to, like, we always went up to him and just went, "Am I in the team yet? Can I play? Can I play a friendly?"
Wait, I swear you played a friend. Oh no, I don't know if you did because my dad played in that friendly.
I played a lot of tournaments for you guys.
Go on then, Jack. You take the mic and you tell
Oh,
your
right.
football story without
Well-
even being in a Sunday League team.
Well, I went training for Hiking Tigers for quite a while, but then never actually
2 years.
advanced
Was it 2 years?
everywhere, anywhere, not everywhere, anywhere. But
Okay.
like every
Never
single
played a
tournament
first game
they
team.
had,
First team,
I
yeah.
like went to and did appalling. Dunno.
There was one tournament in Louth, one of the best tournaments that I've been to because it was just very well run. And Jack was playing. Where were you? Were you playing in defence or in
I
goal?
was goal, wasn't I?
Wait, which one?
Which one are we talking about?
I don't know. The one in Louth where the
What, where?
small.
Yes, that's Louth. Yeah, that was Louth. I was in goal then because remember we were playing the little kids, weren't we? And they were coming at us. They chipped me, and it went right over my head.
No, you was outfield.
Oh yeah, we didn't have a goalie, did it? It was five-a-side.
It was 5. No, I was in goal, but I came out to clear a ball.
Yeah.
I got lobbed.
Yeah.
It was literally bouncing on the line. All you needed to do was literally put any part of your body to it, and it would have gone wide. And you just watched it drop in.
Yeah.
That is what I can remember from it.
That is Jack
In
Baker's
a small goal
sporting
about this
forte.
big. A goal about this big, and I got chipped in it. That's
You've just
a
exposed yourself
6 foot
there.
man.
Yeah. But the tournaments are good. I liked them.
Because the only time you got to play.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't get to
still
play at
played more
all.
than you, exactly.
But-
Wait, which other tournaments did you play?
I played the Hiken once, a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was pretty good in goal. Oh, I turned up for a couple games.
Oh no, yeah, we desperately needed a goalkeeper, so we just chucked Jack in goal and hoped.
And then I actually turned out pretty
He
good.
did all right, but there's not much you can do. When
I
you've
remember your last tournament.
My last tournament?
No, Jack's last tournament. I think that's when I first met your dad as well, Mr. Paul
got-
Coppin.
Oh god, let's not go there.
Big up Jody Paul, everybody.
What a man, what a myth, what a legend. But yeah, your last tournament where I think you played 4 games, and it was the third game in, and you like just before it kicked off the third game, you were like, I think we can get you in the last game if we win this game. So I rushed home and got all my shin pads, my shorts,
Yeah.
my boots, and I was proper ready to play. Came back and I think you'd lost 2-1.
Yeah, we did to our team, our other team,
Yeah.
in our thingy. And
So
they
you-
were meant to be the bad team, but they scored like a proper fluky goal. It bounced off someone's head.
Yeah.
I was in goal again because that's all I've ever seen.
I
from
came
play.
back just before full time, and I think I was speaking to your girlfriend Ellie on the sidelines. I was like, "What's the score?" And it's like they're losing 2-1. So I put my stuff down and just accepted I wasn't going to play. And it came. I think you had to win the next game as well to go through, and you lost that one as well.
Yeah.
You got knocked out your own
I don't
tournament
like tournaments. I don't rate them. I like
because there's 7-a-side games, aren't there?
How did you get on in the season before?
Which one?
Before the tournament?
Oh, mate, I don't even know. Oh, C League. Oh, I bloody love the C League.
Oh my god.
18 games, 18 wins, 30 goals, 3 match bans. You know, all the shebang, and that's about. Yeah, that's my season complete.
Then you went into the B League. How did the B League go, Zach?
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Before we start the B League, who joined your team?
A young man named Matthew Rhys joined the team, and he carried our defence. No harm to the other defenders.
You usually play.
Shout out Connor Sinclair in goal.
Oh, mate, he started to turn up at the last bit. Like,
You
he
usually
started-
play 4 at a back in a defensive role. We usually played 4-4-2.
straight 4-4-2.
4-4-2. Yeah, could go 4-4-2, right?
Brexit mod.
Sometimes went like 4-3-2-1 or some shit like that. So I was last man defender, the person who pushed everyone out and was the person to run onto the ball when it was played over the top. But everyone else was shit, so I was running onto the ball quite a lot, and especially when they gave.
Jackie.
Especially when our defence had given up as soon as the ball was played over because they couldn't be asked to run. Sorry, Ryan, but next time, just
Who-
give it a good.
Who played centre back? Were you?
Ryan.
Oh god.
He was alright.
He was
in
alright,
the
yeah.
defensive.
He's
area,
but as soon as it went past him, he gave up. Unfortunately, it's alright, Ryan. do the work.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Was
Matty
it
Carragher.
was it Henry who played right back?
Sometimes Henry, Sam, Max had a rotation.
Yeah,
Brilliant rotation, if I'm being honest.
because Max played
He
mostly
should
left
do
back,
that.
didn't he?
Max played a mix of left back and right mid and left mid.
What a full back.
No, to be fair, he was a decent left back considering he was right footed. Our other left back on the other hand, big boy Max Dixon,
Oh my god.
hoofball.
He was in.
He was
Hoofball.
very, very aggressive.
He was good, but he didn't have any technical skill.
No.
That was the problem.
No.
Just like most of the team, that's why.
He works at Mackey's now as well.
Good for him. I'll do this.
People working at Mackey's, how could they ever do that to themselves?
I know, right? Yeah, but didn't you get rejected from Mackey's?
I did get rejected from Mackey's.
Like, that is the main thing. There's
But
working.
I think it's because I was too smart. Don't say what you got, Matty, because no.
Don't say what I got and what.
Pretty sure
Jesus.
Matthew's smarter than you.
He is. He is the smartest of smart.
So, what are we talking about
It's a
next?
decent camera angle. But to be honest, we went into our next topic flawlessly. I was going to talk about the beautiful game of football.
Beautiful game.
Obviously.
With football, me and Matty are two team wankers, aren't we?
2 team wankers. Yes, we're 2 team wankers.
I'm shamelessly a Man City fan and a Lincoln fan, up the League One boys. And Matthew is a Liverpool fan and a Lincoln City fan.
Up the Imps. Liverpool going on Sunday. That's not going to matter. Though.
Yeah,
Brighton against Spain.
I don't think you would actually. I think Wolves will do the business for
I
us.
don't think they will.
But with that, I know I don't have any affiliation with Man City.
Mhm.
Do you have any affiliation with
I
Liverpool?
have relatives in Liverpool. My granddad was born in Wales, and
So was mine actually. That's
Yeah,
good.
he went over to Liverpool multiple times. His brother was a police officer in Everton. So near Everton.
That's not good.
No, that wasn't good to be fair. But anyway, he used to get into like free games for Everton, and he used to get into free games for Liverpool as well.
It's pretty
He
good.
chose Liverpool over Everton.
Which was a good
Did you
idea
know-
in the long run.
Did you know that the most points in the world, or not world, in Premiership football is
Yeah.
Manchester United, Liverpool,
Man City.
Arsenal.
Oh yeah. Because back in the day,
I think
Arsenal were
it's
good.
Then Man City, and then a couple of other shit-ass teams, and then it goes Chelsea, Newcastle, Sunderland.
I did.
like
I
the
did. I
top
did.
10.
I did spot that. I think Newcastle were 9th and Sunderland were 10th.
Yeah, well done, Newcastle. Everyone loves Newcastle.
Yeah.
Everyone
Speaking of
loves Liverpool.
Newcastle, Geordie Coppin, aka Mr.
Well,
Zachary.
I'm only half Geordie, but yeah, that's the only reason I support Newcastle. Away the boys.
Is your dad from Newcastle?
He is from Newcastle, yes.
How long did he spend?
You know the fact of the nickname being
Geordie
Geordie
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
He's
How long
from
did?
France.
How long did he spend there though?
Pierre. Paul. Right, carry on.
How long did he?
I don't
spend?
know. Carry on.
Such a not ready on.
Right, no, I don't actually know how long he was there for, to be honest. But he was born in South Shields, which is in Newcastle, and then
I remember
Yeah.
South Shields. They won the FA Trophy a little bit ago. I
they
think
did.
2014. See, I've got some good knowledge about football. I can't play it.
Useless knowledge.
It is useless knowledge. Wow. Go them. Who did they even play then?
I'm not, I
Exactly.
think it's North.
What cup was it again?
FA Trophy.
The FA Trophy.
That's like when Lincoln
FA
lost
Trophy.
the semis
You've heard of the FA
2017.
Trophy.
That hurt.
I have heard of the FA Trophy.
Jack, you don't really have a team. If you do though,
Mm.
it's Man United.
No, it's got to be Portsmouth. Up the Pompey. All
Yeah,
the way.
hold up.
Was 1 point.
I haven't got a clue.
I can name you 3 Portsmouth players. Just
No, because you just sing off Soccer AM.
no off team of the season.
Yeah, I haven't, like,
Jeremy
I can't-
Lowe,
I honestly can't name you one guy.
Nick Thompson,
Nick Thompson, there you go.
Jeremy.
Jamal Lowe.
I called him Jeremy.
But I don't know how we're doing. I
Ollie
just
Watkins.
support them because
They're in the playoffs at the minute.
my granddad
They've got their
supports them.
game today. They're against Sunderland.
To Portsmouth, then, if you've got any.
Because my granddad was born in Portsmouth. So,
He's got more affiliation to Portsmouth than I do Man City, so I've got to give him that.
Very true. Glorious sport.
To be honest, that's what 2012, 2011-2012 season. That final game against QPR, that's literally the reason I love football. Because before the age of 10, I had no like interest in football. My dad used to take me to all England games. Now as well, we're still in League Two as well. He took me to all league games. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I used to go with DS. That's how boring they were. I think I did that
with DS.
Who are DS?
Nintendo DS. I used to go to football games and that because I was bored with football when I was 10.
Oh right, I thought you meant you actually went with DS. I was like, who the bloody hell's DS?
That didn't make any sense whatsoever.
So you just went on your.
Yeah,
Right.
I literally. My dad would pay for me to go to games. I think it was like £3 or £4, and I'd sit there for 90 minutes on my Nintendo DS.
Nintendo DS.
Yeah,
Gotta love a Nintendo DS.
but I think I was in the Nosy Parker in 2011, 2012 season. That final game against QPR. They had two screens. They had the Man United game on the left one and the Man City one on the right. And I was going between like these two walls to watch both games, and like the intensity and like the emotion of the whole pub when that goal winning by Aguero. I just fell in love with the game after that, and I think I religiously followed Man City after that. Like I used to like as soon as that goal went in, I was like, next season I'm gonna watch all the games. I'm gonna keep up all the scores. I kind of do now, but like it wasn't as much as I do when I first found out that football was a decent sport.
Decent sport. The greatest sport in the world. There's
It is,
nothing that beats football.
especially after those Champions League games last week.
Champions League nights, yeah.
Anfield nights, 4-0.
I'm not gonna go on to
Anfield
that.
atmosphere, you can't fucking beat it. It seems Barcelona can't beat us there either. You see Messi disappear, Suarez look like a twat, Coutinho, who even is he? Yeah?
£150 million.
Gini Wijnaldum, from my friend over here,
Ex-Newcastle, get in, up the boys.
little man, raising up to beat PK for headers, and then Divock Origi, who fucking, I don't even know he still played for us at one point. I thought we sent him off on loan for like 2 seasons. We sent him off to like some German club on loan, and
Was it
he was-
Wolfsburg?
might have been, but he's back.
Divock Origi, yeah, Wolfsburg.
And well, he's back anyway. And this past season, late goal against Everton at home, late goal against Newcastle away, and early and late goal against Barcelona to.
He is literally the only reason you're.
Clutch king.
Yeah, he's the only reason you're still in the title race, and the only reason you're in the final of the Champions League. Imagine that you have Firmino, Mane, and Salah as your front three.
Salah's useless. Hate Salah. Useless. Overrated.
Yeah, you have those three up front, and the only reason you're still in any title race or Champions League final is because Divock Origi.
Divock Origi has done well for the games
Right,
that he
so
has played.
on the topic of football, right, I've got a little, what's it called?
A game.
Activity, as they say.
Oh, for fuck's sake, he's getting his cock out again.
Activity, as they say. We are going to rate 5.
Can we play?
We're gonna. We've really seen these top 20 cards.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Hands down.
are you gonna give us 5 different cards each, and then we're gonna rate from top to bottom the best players?
Jack won't even know who half the Mars are.
Right,
I just look at their stats and be
Jack,
like,
you
yep.
go through it first, mate, and you choose your 5 top players, and then we'll do it after.
All
Am I allowed to go through all of them?
You should
Yeah.
just give him 5 random cards
Right.
and say which one you think's
Hold
best
that
out of 5.
Oh, no, I know what I will do.
Right, okay, well, we'll wait until this, and we'll carry on speaking of knowledge of football.
Actually,
The Messi and Ronaldo debate, who is the biggest goat?
Oh, forgot to say who's the biggest
Messi
game.
makes you say how, Ronaldo makes you say wow. That's the
nice little
difference.
Twitter quote there.
Nice little Twitter quote.
That was very cool.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like, the way he side-footed that free kick in, like, that shouldn't be
It's
possible.
not human,
It,
but he's not
alien,
either.
alien geezer.
Okay, so your man.
Ronaldo's very mature for his age.
We're talking about Messi, Ronaldo here.
I just have to remember that moment. He is very mature for his age, though. He's only 20 years of age, and he was able to spot that one out. And Divock Origi put it in the top left, and
It's going to be a long podcast.
the cop went mad. It's beautiful.
Liverpool fans talk about the past again. Anyway, Zach, your man.
It's not that far away.
It was
Jesus.
last week.
Tuesday.
So, Zach, your man, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi. No. Equal. Appreciate them both in their finest form, but I say Messi is a little, like, maybe even just the smidgen better. Ronaldo has gone through full work ethic, and like competitions, he smashed it. Like important competitions, World Cup, Champions League, he smashes it, and Messi just flops in them. But everything he does is.
The thing is about Messi, the one thing he'll be remembered for outside his playing career is it. I know he's still got one more World Cup left in him, but if he doesn't win the next World Cup,
he's not gonna. England are winning the next World Cup. So
oh yeah, it's coming home. It's coming home.
It's not coming home. We're really sorry. It's not coming home.
It's not coming home.
We should have beaten Croatia.
Harry Kane.
We would've got
squared it to Raheem Sterling. Now I don't really like Raheem Sterling, but if he's a fucking open goal right in front of him and you're not going to pass to him,
Emotional pass.
you know.
It's frustrating as fuck.
Come on, Kane.
But yeah, we've got the same problem.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Please, Harry. Sort it out.
No, we need Harry Kane to win the World Cup. If he's not playing to his best, actually linking with Sterling and likes of Sancho and Hudson-Odoi, we're not going to win anything.
All those teams play differently to each other. The Man City team play really quick passing football, don't they? And they're really good at passing. And Tottenham, bit shit, aren't they?
Long ball.
Tottenham's not long
it's
ball.
literally
as
Lucas
such,
Moura abuse in the last Champions League
from what
game.
I've seen, it's, as
And
they would say on FIFA, an LBY over the top through ball. That's what I see.
Try and
Always
get-
to Son and Harry Kane in behind. And the way they cross it is not essentially a cross. It's like a looping cross, like making it so it's a curler, and you know how it goes.
And then Liverpool are fullback abuse now, aren't we? We just give it to.
You're definitely wing abuse.
Newcastle just hold on to dear life and hope.
Okay.
Right,
But-
here you go, Jack.
but-
Of these,
but-
place
Jack is ready.
show the camera your cards. There you go. There's your players. Right.
We hope you can see that. But it's on
Now
the
we
fucking
put them on the
phone,
table so we can see them.
GoPro.
And
Thanks, Lincoln College. Again.
specify a player,
Mm.
so to speak, and then tell me why exactly you have chose that player.
Well, I
Just go
chose.
through them. Go on.
Don't know. I chose Wayne Rooney
You alright? Rain Rooney.
because he's
Rain Rooney,
because he's like the only one who I really knew. Like you said.
That's a fucking great start.
Wayne Rooney
He's
is
not
the only-
essentially a football fanatic as the rest of us are, but he tries.
I'm saying Rooney's early years between his 19 to
Alright.
20,
It's
24.
not your explanation, it's Jack's explanation. So Jack, explain, mate.
Don't know. He's like the first proper football player I heard of and knew. So man.
So a bit of
He's horrible now.
nostalgia in that then, yeah.
Mhm. Then you got David Beckham,
Davey V.
One of the greatest.
who was good, but now he's just gone down.
He's retired.
He-
so-
he retired in
so he's
2013.
gone down.
Gone down where?
Then you've just got Ronaldo.
Actually, no, he has gone down. He's just gone down for using the phone at the wheel.
Well,
Oh, there you go.
sorry, Davey B. Right.
Then you got
go on.
Ronaldo
Why?
because he's just like the greatest football player.
So we know who Jack thinks.
That hurts.
And then you got my man Giggs
Why Ryan Giggs then?
because he played for Man U and he was just a good overall guy.
Good overall.
And
guy.
then you got Ronaldo. Who,
Which Ronaldo? Specify which Ronaldo.
The fat Ronaldo.
The
That-
Brazilian Ronaldo.
Oh.
No, to bring weight into this
Brazilian Ronaldo, and I just chose him just because I've heard of him, but he's pretty good.
All right then.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
choose-
so Jack's top 5 was Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, and the Brazilian Ronaldo.
I'm going to choose 5 random ones and I'm going to rank them on how I feel they
All
are.
right then.
There you go.
Thank you.
I think my top
Right,
5.
Do you want the mic or pass it across
I'm
one?
not done yet, right?
Right then.
I'm going to name my top 5 Lincoln players while we're waiting.
Top 5 Lincoln players.
The current squad:
Current squad.
Bruno Andrade, the man, the myth, the left wing legend.
Right, what we got?
That's a girl.
Wait, let me try and guess it. She's a Scouser, that girl, but I don't know where from.
Lucy Bronze.
That is a
She's
girl.
She plays Man City. Yeah, Man City women's team.
Well, I don't really know much about women's football. Sorry, but, so,
Women's football isn't as what it should be yet.
you know.
The amount of attendance in
Your
women's
favourite
football
player
just
there,
doesn't
Luis
equal up,
Suarez.
but is what it is.
Right, okay. Rank these.
Number 1, Bruno Andrade is in the Lincoln listing.
know.
Bruno Andrade. Tom Pett second, Michael Bostwick third, Jason Shackle fourth, and John Akinde fifth. Controversial because no one likes him.
Right, mine. Number 1 is Bradley Wood.
Who got done for betting offences.
We got done for that drunk driving as well.
Oh yeah, just the complete.
Don't forget about that one because that's a big one as well.
Okay, so
Right.
Matthew.
I've got 5 players here. We've got Edison Cavani, De Gea, Suarez, Firmino, and Dennis Bergkamp. And
Dennis Bergkamp.
Dennis Bergkamp.
What a cracking
There is
little play.
Bergkamp, apparently. The worst one out of the lot, I've put Edison Cavani, and I do think he's good. All these players are good at football world stars or whatever.
World stars.
Whatever the fuck this is. But he's a good player for PSG, but PSG didn't get very far in the Champions League. They got knocked out by bloody Man United.
Yeah, finishing
Marcus
6th this season.
Rashford, who drew to Huddersfield. So that's why he's number 5, unfortunately, 'cause he's a bit shit.
He is PSG's top scorer, but it says a lot when you're
No,
a
he's
PSG.
not
I thought he was
PSG's top
Mbappe.
scorer. Mbappe's top scorer.
No, I mean all time.
Oh, right, all-time top scorer, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, in the Farmers League.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you're PSG's top scorer.
That's
Shit
not a-
league.
that's
like
not a
Zach
topic
and
we-
Seeley going, well, I'm going to fuck all these teams now and say that I'm the best player in the world. Well, go to the Champions
Best player
League,
in
go
East
the cup,
Midlands.
gets
Yeah.
fucked.
Okay, so 5th, Edison Cavani.
Number 4, David De Gea. He was good. He was really good. And then Ronaldo did something to him at the World Cup, and he just turned really, really shit.
And
he's been
inconsistent.
shit.
He's
ever
been
since.
inconsistent.
What the fuck are you doing?
You're good.
Jesus Christ, Jack.
Technical difficulties. His brain's going backwards.
3rd place.
3rd place, we've got Luis Suarez. Total knobhead. He was good while he was at Liverpool, and then he started biting people, which was
Can you get some lunch?
against the rules of FIFA and against the law. So
Yeah.
he's a knobhead now, and don't really like him. And it was nice to see him kind of really upset when Liverpool beat them 4-0. But
He laughed in Adrian Robertson's face.
yeah, well, he did. He did fuck Robertson up, but that meant that when Alvin came on and gave him a bit of his Zach's got food, everyone. And Jack is excited.
No, what about
Did
your
you
mini cheddars?
did you
No,
just
okay,
burp-
okay.
Did you just burp into the mic?
Okay, fuck it. The second player is Firmino.
Nah,
Because
mini
everyone loves Firmino.
cheddars.
His massive shiny teeth with his olive
Mate.
skin. that
Whoa,
makes
whoa, whoa!
him
Hold on,
stand
hold on,
out.
hold on. I'm gonna pause you there.
You've
You've put Firmino over Suarez.
I have put Firmino over
cheddars.
Suarez because Bobby Firmino is fucking
Mini
brilliant.
cheddars. Okay.
He's had 2 good seasons in the Premier League, and Suarez had 3 good seasons in the Premier League, and he doesn't play there anymore.
Yeah, but he's got good teeth.
I
got
got,
good
I got
teeth.
skips instead.
Dennis Bergkamp.
I
is
didn't get mini cheddars.
the number 1 rated player. Just because of Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp.
That unbeaten season in 02,
Sorry, I'm not an Arsenal fan.
I think it was 03.
03.
But they did it.
03, 04.
The Invincibles. And yeah, it was good of them.
It's going to be nice and loud, so
You're
let's
g-
not pass the
yeah,
mic to Jack
you're
for the
gonna-
rest
you're-
of the day.
You're gonna have to hold the
You
mic.
stay over there.
Okay.
No free promo.
You
Skip's
can hold
sponsor.
the mic for while I get my.
Now I'm on the mic. I take control, boys
Check
and
one,
girls.
check one, check one, two, check one,
Now,
two.
Zach, I've got a few questions for you, my friend.
For me, yeah.
Right, we've got some most talked about questions here, and this is going to spice up the podcast a bit, if you know what I mean. So, here's the first one. Would you rather
Oh, here we go.
have an actual working lightsaber,
Right.
even if you don't like Star Wars, you know, it cuts things and shit like that?
That is pretty
Basically
savage.
an
Stab Rhys
overpowered
straight in the
knife
neck and he's
sword.
dead.
Yeah, just kill Rhys off now, we don't have to fucking do this. Or save the life of a starving African child that you'll never meet.
Well, if I'm never going to meet him, the lightsaber, please.
Yeah, I've tried to do lightsaber over
If I'm
You
never
would-
going to meet him...
Oh. So this...
No, hold on that thought. Billionaires fixed the Notre Dame as soon as they could. They could end world poverty instantly.
People crying over Notre Dame when Grenfell happened and people died, and basically no one gave a shit about Grenfell.
It's just got political.
Yeah, especially our Prime Minister. Just think how that went.
Right,
No,
you're
across the top, it's unmuffle it. I think.
I was about to say you're saying shit against our Prime Minister, aren't you?
Because I'm not a Tory.
I know you're not a Tory, you're a Labour supporter.
I'm indeed.
Whereas
Big
you
up
could-
Jeremy Corbyn.
But you could just say, yeah.
Yeah,
Brexit
UKIP,
party,
a
yeah.
gun party, yeah.
Because they exist
If I
anymore.
can say one thing about politics as being a politics student, don't trust any of them. They're all
They are all
scummy
liars.
cunts.
That is one thing though. Me and Matty are heavily invested in politics, and you always come to me or Matty. How's Brexit going? And
Yeah, well, mainly Mike.
mainly Matty because he's a political
How's
student.
Brexit going? Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh,
How's
chilly.
fucking Brexit going? Why is Brexit a thing? You might have voted for Brexit or you might have voted against Brexit, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what the outcome was because the government and everyone in Parliament has completely fucked it. Because we're going to be the ones that are going to be affected by this the most. Because when we're growing up, we're going to be affected by the fucking decisions that these stupid cunts in Parliament are doing. The government is shit, the opposition is shit, everyone's shit. It's don't take it off of me, this is a fucking raid.
It's already there.
That was some cold ranting there. The fact you've got a vein popping out your forehead because you just went on a 5-minute Brexit rant is perfect. And Jack, you thought that moment. But welcome back to the main part of the podcast.
Everyone in the government is lying. Everyone in the House of Commons is lying. The government and the opposition. Don't trust fucking anyone because no one can deliver what they want. Next, anyone?
I'm gonna go back to my.
God,
I'm gonna go to my top 5 players I picked up then. So in 5th, out of the 5 I got Messi, Ronaldo.
Turn them over and
Yeah.
see the names. You know them anyway, but
Yeah, I got Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sergio Aguero, Lukaku, and De Bruyne. So in 5th, I went for Lukaku because everything Lukaku was.
Everton Lukaku, yeah.
Yeah, everything Lukaku was class.
These are shittest there by a fucking country mile.
Yeah.
Look at these bastards. And he's there.
Yeah,
He's a donkey.
yeah, he's a donkey in Man United
Like,
squad.
Fuck off.
In 4th place, I went for Kevin De Bruyne
Kevin De Bruyne.
because I think he is one of the best midfielders right now, but it's only been to the last season or 2. So I'm going to say he needs to prove himself a little bit more before I put him anywhere higher.
Shit. Next.
The greatest foreign striker in the Premier League, Sergio Aguero. Everyone says that Thierry Henry, but he's done it consistently over the last 10 years.
Hasn't won the World Cup. Shit.
And for the next
Well, we
2,
know the
I got
opinions.
Messi, Ronaldo.
Well, neither of them won the World Cup, never mind.
For 2nd, I went for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Respectable.
I feel like Ronaldo is one of those players who is class with a decent team around him, but I feel like if you were to put him in a team of absolute shitters, he wouldn't cope because he wouldn't have the supply. On Messi, on the other hand,
Shit.
he's playing in a collapsed Barcelona team at the minute, and he's managed to win them the La Liga title and get them to a semi-final of the Champions League. So,
Rakitic, though. You can't say clap team when Rakitic
Lost
is
to
unbelievable.
Liverpool. Shit.
Unbelievable in thingy. No,
yeah.
I'm going to need 2 of them back.
There's more in there.
Right.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
well, yours.
One is
sorting
yours
yours
this
out.
one, Matty.
No, give that to Jack.
I'll have it.
No,
'Cause
don't
I've got
give it- don't.
questions. I've got questions, you dick.
Yeah, he's got questions,
Right.
you dick.
Okay, next question. We were doing some most talked about questions, like kind of would you rather's that are, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Would you rather, using your bare hands, end the life of an average human baby or 100 puppies?
Average human baby.
You'd choke to death a baby.
Well, just think that's one life. You're killing 100 lives otherwise.
Yeah, but I would say that they're just dogs, but dogs are the most important part of life.
Yeah, if you want your own kicking in, you'll say that again. Matty will kick the fuck out of you.
Yeah, dogs are pretty cool, but yeah, just kill the baby. Okay, here's a good question. This is a weird one, everybody. Would you rather wake up naked and sore and without any memory of the night before next to the Burger King telling you you had it your way, or wake up next to Ronald McDonald telling you that you were loving it?
Well, where were you saw?
That's
Sorry,
Something-
unavailable.
that's just something you should.
Probably Burger King.
The Burger King. He does look more. He doesn't look as threatening as Ronald McDonald. I won't want to be in a bed with Ronald.
Okay,
I
what's
won't
next?
be in a
What's
bed with anyone.
Just to put a point on that, the Burger King is just a guy behind a mask. So
Ronald McDonald's actually a fucking weird clown that's going to touch you up.
yeah, Ronald McDonald is a person in clown makeup, so you know that face. I'm touching you.
On different wavelengths.
Oh, God.
Okay, what's next? What's the next one?
Right, will you turn your phone on bloody silent, Jack?
It is on silent. That's why it's buzzing.
Would
And
you,
go,
would you rather have no one show up to your wedding or your funeral?
Funeral.
Because you'll be dead for that, won't
Exactly. You wouldn't know.
Then no one
You
will miss
wouldn't
you.
know who turns up anyway.
No one will miss you.
Exactly. But then at a funeral,
No
you've
one
actually
wants
got
to
something to celebrate. Like nobody wants to celebrate death, do they?
No, they're commemorating it. You're not going to a funeral. Hey, Grandad just died, everybody! Massive inheritance.
Yeah, no, but you're dead, so you don't know who's there, do you? But at a wedding, you know who's there. So you'd rather have nobody turn up at your funeral.
What if you have like a private wedding?
What do you mean?
What if you
choose to have
What if you're drunk and you're in like Vegas or something,
Right.
and you've picked up a stripper like, hello, I'm retarded. Here's a ring. Here's a Haribo ring. And then you go to like one of those casino marriage organisation things.
Yeah, Elvis Presley ones.
Yes, those ones.
Mm.
You get married there. You wouldn't want anyone to know about that. There wouldn't be anyone there anyway, would there?
No, but then I'd still have nobody at my funeral.
I agree. I was just trying to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pause it there because in a minute I'm looking at Zach's top 5 and it's very controversial because I don't see any Cristiano Ronaldo in it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I can see one geezer in there that he really wants to suck off. There he is.
I actually would. If it meant if that meant that me and him would be best pals for life, me and Alan
More than
Shearer.
that.
Lovers. Right, do you want to take the microphone off,
I
Jack,
don't
and
wanna
explain?
There's no explaining to do really.
It's just that.
I've got Ibra because he's won it in. Actually,
Amazing.
I'll just take this one because you can actually talk about it. Jack, let go of the mic.
Hmm.
Right. Ibra's won in Ligue 1, Serie A. Did he win in Prem?
He won the Europa League
Won the Europa League,
and
Champions League.
the FL Cup as well.
He's won as much as Ronaldo and Messi has, but he hasn't got the recognition because he didn't get a big name. In my opinion, I think he is one of the greatest ever forwards in world football.
I think he's the greatest ever number 9 striker.
And he's just got bad man skills, black belt in some shit.
Good though.
Karate, yeah.
It's slow. Shit.
Paul
Fourth.
Gascoigne. He's Paul Gascoigne. He may have ruined his career by
Drinking.
drinking and
Drinking.
And drinking.
And drinking. And drinking.
and drinking and not stopping. But in his time, he was phenomenal, and it's annoying that he went to Tottenham. That's the one problem with him. He
Mm.
played for Newcastle as well. So.
One of the best midfielders of all time.
Shit.
And on to the other best
Do you know
midfielder
you're
of
picking
time.
all of them up?
Not my house.
So,
Third place.
third place is Zinedine Zidane.
Oh, I don't like him. He's got bald head.
Not in there, he hasn't. No Baldy. No Baldy. Manager, perfection. He's done well for Madrid. Playing. Which cup was it that he scored the best goal in, or the best goal of that tournament or whatever?
I think was it the 2002
One
World
off
Cup?
his chest and into the back of the bloody net. Phenomenal player.
I think it was a Champions League final for Real Madrid. But
He's just a great midfielder, hold up, the most technically skilled midfielder I've ever seen.
2006 World Cup final.
Alright then.
was it 2002
have
or
a look.
2006?
2006.
Where he headbutted someone.
He was sent off for headbutting an opponent.
2006 World Cup.
Well, still unbelievable player.
And
He's French as well. So.
He is French.
I-
He
I'm-
is a baguette eater.
I'm gonna ask you to pick your second place because I know
I'm
I've
not
got
picking
you've
a
got the-
second place over these two. Messi.
I'll just fucking get rid of Messi.
Right, so
You're putting
No.
Messi second.
I'm putting Messi second to Alan Shearer.
Jesus Christ.
Don't even chat.
I agree. I hate Messi.
Messi, very
I
good.
don't hate him. I just
Just
He's
fu-
an
despise that you
unbelievable
played against
technical
Liverpool.
player, just
that's
phenomenal player. Just
disgusting.
he's won a decent amount as well, but he's just phenomenal. He is a good player. Not won enough, in my opinion. That's why he's second. Even though I put Alan Shearer first, who has won sod all. But
Passionate me to fucking roll.
Yeah.
Messi, shit.
He won a Premier League, just
Final
not
player.
with Newcastle.
Alan bloody Shearer, wow, what a
You
geezer.
might be throwing him.
I will not be throwing him. He's going in my pocket. No, Alan Shearer,
You'll be in his.
Premier League scorer, top scorer, 236 or 63.
I think it's
something
37.
goals. What? How's he scored an
It's
extra
around
one whilst
there,
he's
we're not-
retired?
We're not.
No.
It's 30.
Match
It's
of the day.
36. It ends on a
We're
6.
not match of the
Six
day
off.
pundits. We don't know what we're doing.
But he is
Fair.
one of the world's
We're Southampton.
Best
in my
stri-
world's best centre forward / striker, best number 9 in world football ever, in my opinion.
I said Zlatan Ibrahimovic because he's won more trophies.
Who was that?
But this man captained England. This man
And won
scored
one.
multiple goals.
Yeah, he won
the World
one
Cup.
Premier League when Ibra won a Europa League and 3 different domestic leagues.
Because the one thing I admire about him, he's a Geordie, and instead of joining Man United for a big fee and winning most things, because that was when they were in their prime, he stayed with his boyhood club, stick to his tradition, and played for the Geordie legends Newcastle United. He stayed there. That's why he's
He
number
has a
one.
lot of heart.
Loyalty.
He has a lot
Don't
of heart.
He's gone.
He has a lot of heart. But
Loyalty.
He hasn't got a
captain,
lot of
leader,
trophies, has he?
legend, phenomenal player.
Okay.
That's me done with the football. Go
Yeah,
on, Jack, put
I
them
think that capitalises on our
You
football
won't let me go.
talk.
Bloody hell.
Just make sure it's still recording as well.
It is. Right, okay, what's the next topic?
No.
Oh, yeah, do another question.
Okay, we'll go for a question with Matty and Jack.
Okay, we're back again with the crazy questions. Please. This would be a good one. Right, okay, here we go. We've got a good one.
Go.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? Zach said cause.
No, you can't because it's in.
If
like-
if it is inevitable, let's put that in
yeah.
there. 'Cause if it's inevitable, because if it's like, oh, you're gonna be in a plane
No,
crash.
you'd rather
you go,
do your.
"Oh, should I
No,
go on a
I'd
plane
rather
then?"
know the date
Why?
because because then you can do shit. What you
You're
want
going to
do.
be shitting yourself on that day, though. You'll be sat in like a chair,
that-
like, how am I going to die? And you see some like delivery man come to your door, it's like, oh my god, he's going to fucking kill me.
That's the thing though. If you know the date, you'll only be really scared on the day you're going to die.
Exactly. You
But
can
if-
do
if-
shit after that before that. So like, say you wanted to go to America before you die, you can go to America.
Yeah.
I would prefer
No,
to
you
know
don't just-
neither.
Just because you die, your funds don't instantly increase.
Yes, I know, but you do more shit.
Yeah. But that's the thing that if you know the day you're going to die, you only get really scared on the build up to that day, like the week before or the month before. If you know how you're going to die, instant, constant anxiety on like when it's going to happen.
No, if
No,
it
because if
says
you-
like crushed by a truck and you see a truck, you're gonna shit yourself.
Yeah. You'd never get in a car again.
I would rather
'cause-
know neither, because if you know like one of those
That's
two.
not in the question.
I know that's not in the question. That would be like if there was a different. Obviously, if it's out of these two, I would say probably know the cause, because if I know the date of my death, I will be shitting myself. Especially if it's near you, literally.
Actually saying that cause of the death shows more things that it could be. So say
Oh yes.
cause. I'm not holding it.
Well, if it's
Bloody
like-
hell,
if it's-
alright. It's not.
If you find out your cause of your death is old age or like
Yeah,
something like that, it's
doesn't
cock
speak-
can't talk, mate.
No, I mean like, if you get the cause of the death and it says death by car accident, you'll never want to go in a car again or be near a car.
That's
And that's literally impossible.
Yeah, but then if you know the date,
Yeah,
then you can do shit before you die.
What if the date said the next day?
Well, then you're fucked, aren't you?
And you can't avoid it because you
Life
don't know
goes
what
on.
it is.
It's pretty much like if you know the date and the date's in like 10, 15 years time, you sound for the next like 5.
I don't want to die.
30.
Yeah, I just sat there.
No,
dying at 30.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm,
shame.
I mean, knowing that it's got that time span, like 10, 15 years, and you're gone. If it's a span of like the next year or two, then obviously you're gonna like panic to fuck because you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm honestly gonna die. I need to do loads, and I haven't got the time to do it. If you know the cause of it, you're never gonna stop worrying.
Control that, Jesus.
Yeah.
Honestly, Jack, leave. I've had enough.
Leave
of it.
yourself, right?
Please, just go away. Just go sit upstairs
Go
and play
fix
Mortal
the-
Kombat or some
Go
shit.
fix the pipes in the bathroom or something.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Can you
Are they
can you please just be quiet until you're spoken to? Like, don't touch anything. Keep your hands to yourself, and we'll come to you because you are getting on my bloody tits. Right, carry on, please.
Yeah, just it's just a constant anxiety of worrying and when it's gonna happen and like, is it painful? Is it not painful? Do you make it through the actual event or is it like instant death? That constant worry. So I'd rather know the time and date, not the cause.
All right then.
But continuing on with that kind of topic, just Xbox in general, like
Xbox in general. This could, he's the nerd here. So give it to it. He's like Xbox bloody free.
That's the original Xbox boy. That's the first one.
when did you start playing Xbox then?
2007.
Fucking hell.
I was still on bloody Nintendo. We were giving it sprints.
2007.
Mario Olympics and stuff.
Got an Xbox 360 for my birthday. Came home early from school. Put in Halo Reach. Oof, good days.
Yeah. I was the only Xbox player in my primary school. So, like, when it came to, like, finding, like, you three had Xboxes, I was kind of glad. Because I was finally not the only one playing Xbox. But, like, I got an Xbox Arcade in 2009, if you remember that.
Pardon?
Basically...
Oh, that's a shitty white one, isn't it?
Yeah, it was...
I only had 500 meg.
No, it had 500... no, it didn't even have a storage. It basically... it didn't have any storage on the side of it, so all you could do was play games and not save them. That's why it was called Xbox Arcade, because you couldn't save the games.
No, that was shit.
But my brother gave me his spare, like, storage block, so I put it on the side of mine. And I used that white one up until 2014, and when I got my Xbox One.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
You never had an Xbox 360?
I never had a proper Xbox 360, no.
Man, I
Wow.
feel sorry for you. You missed that MW2, MW3.
Well, no, I played all them.
What, on an arcade?
No, an Xbox Arcade was an Xbox 360, but it just didn't have any storage. That's why it was called Xbox Arcade.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm not talking about the original Xbox.
360.
Wait, so the Xbox 360 was the black one?
No, and white one.
Black and white one.
And then what was the Xbox Arcade?
The Xbox Arcade was white, but it was the same.
It was the same as 360.
It was just called an arcade.
It was called an arcade because you couldn't have this storage in it, so you couldn't save all the games you were playing. So it was an arcade version of it. It was just really cheap. But yeah, I used that. I didn't buy the black ones when they came out. I didn't have one of those like little touch ones. I was still clicking on my Xbox up in 2013. Because you remember the black ones. Yeah, because the black one was like ding, if I can start up. But yeah, I got an Xbox One the Christmas it came out, and I was the only one to have an Xbox One until then.
Yeah, we got the same bundle, didn't we?
No.
Yeah, we did.
Yours
500 gig.
Mine's a 1 terabyte, so.
Oh yeah.
See you later.
But we did get the same bundle, but you just got the terabyte one.
Because I'm not cheap.
Well, where's that?
Talk about rented houses.
But now I've got the more storage, haven't I? I've got 500 gig more storage.
What storage do you have?
1.5.
Why?
Because I got the terabyte, didn't I?
Yeah.
Right. Could have got a terabyte from the start and then you didn't need
Well,
that.
I didn't. I was just lucky to get an Xbox One, really.
But like with Xboxes, especially Xbox parties, pre 2015 when they were
They
Oh,
were a
God.
mess.
Bloody millennials, eh?
Honestly, kids would not
Yeah,
survive
everything's
in them.
no kids nowadays below the age of
Fortnite!
if you're below the age of 13 and you listen to this, you would not survive a fucking Xbox party, MW2 Black Ops 1, bullying.
You're surviving our parties now.
You're
We're
fucking,
soft.
yeah, you're a bully victim.
I'm a bully
No, he's
victim.
not a bully victim. He's a...
Victim every day.
Bully victim. There's no way to.
yeah, I guess if you want.
But with that, it's just like. That's what I was worried about. That this could become one of those pre 2015 Xbox parties where Jack.
This podcast or just...
Yeah, no, I was worried. I was worried with Jack bringing him on that this could turn into one of those pre 2015 Xbox parties where Jack just spurts loads of us.
We can't all speak at the same time. What's your tutor called?
Michael.
Michael.
Please, Michael.
I hope you help him out because he's wasted an hour and 25 minutes of our time so far, and we are helping him out.
Hello,
Only for
Michael.
his media studies. So
Hello,
please.
Michael.
It's
Right.
not Michael's fault because Michael.
It's not Michael's fault.
it's
no.
not Michael's fault.
Rhys
so
has
just-
been stitched up with the shittest equipment I've ever seen a podcast be done with.
So is Michael actually going to like watch this and hear this?
He'll probably hit us. Yeah.
Right.
Good stuff, Michael.
I'll make sure.
Now-
he hears this part.
He hears this part.
I'll make sure.
Right, okay.
Right.
Michael.
No, we need to be polite but
You-
affirmative.
Affirmative and polite. So we hear you're a good man by Rhys.
He's literally the reason I'm still in this course.
You're the only.
Well done.
He's the only reason that he's on your course. But he has been stitched up with some pretty shit equipment because everyone's taken it beforehand, and
Spatting it.
yeah.
I feel as though you should treat the level 2s the same as the level 3s. As in fairness, it's not their well, it is their fault that they didn't pass, but there's nothing they can do about it now, and they should be treated the same Because if not, they're not going to go anywhere.
I'm not being funny. We're doing this on an iPhone, but the GoPro had videos on it from 2010 that hadn't been deleted. Nothing's been looked on it, and it's pretty shit. It's
You want
all
part
this stuff
two?
is outdated.
Everything needs fixing up.
It needs fixing. You need to do something because this shit, this setup isn't a
Thank you for
professional
listening.
podcast. And if you can't get a merit or a distinction for a project like this because of the things we've got, that's not your fault, is it? And in the end, we're trying our hardest to try and get you these marks.
People here are trying their hardest.
Literally, we've taken an hour and a half out of our day. We didn't need to.
Yeah, we didn't need to, but we've decided to help Rhys, and the only reason that we're going to get stitched up in the end is because of the equipment not being up to scratch.
If Rhys did-
We are getting to that point now where we're kind of analysing the podcast, aren't we? And
Yeah, we're-
how it's gone.
So we've got 2 minutes remaining.
No, we don't.
No,
have
we
to.
don't.
We don't
It's,
have a
it's
specific
it's not a time limit, you dick. This is going to go completely unstructured. You've just been fiddling about with a fucking glass
can
all
leave
that.
if you want.
Yeah,
You're
you can
pretty
you can go home. He can go home, can't he? Literally,
Yeah, Michael, he can go.
Michael, we don't need
Just
that one.
ignore anything he said. for most of
Everything
the
and
time.
anything
It's
he
been
said.
irrelevant.
He's just yeah. You just.
I knew it was right about Jack.
Yeah, go home. We've had enough. Right. Now, talking about cars, Matthew Grice.
You gonna pass
The
your test?
driving test. Stop bloody-
No, I will not be passing my test first
Isn't it in
time.
4 days or something? Is it the 15th or 16th?
It's around that time.
Yeah.
What, this month?
So, so you've got 4 or
Wait,
5
this
days. It's
Possibly.
It's the 11th of May.
It's the 11th of May.
5 days. and
I've
what
been
are you
dreading
doing
this
for
day.
Absolutely shitting myself because I'm gonna fuck it straight away. I'm gonna drive out the test centre. I'm gonna fucking stall the main road, get hit by a lorry, and then that'll be the end of me.
Hopefully. I mean, not hopefully.
Have you even started driving yet?
No.
Oh, God.
You're 17.
My mum keeps pushing me to
Start driving?
no
Lose
start
weight?
start yes start my theory, and I was like I keep saying
I've started theory. And
why would I
actual
start my
driving.
theory if I haven't even started my lessons yet?
Yeah,
Is
true.
Well,
it-
no, to be fair, I did my theory before I even did my car.
Yeah, but were you doing lessons at the same time?
Yeah, I am.
I literally did my theory, then did lessons.
That's a good chat, to be honest.
Not.
Okay, so if we can't talk about what we're going to do in the future, why don't we reflect on the past? And
No, let's not reflect on the past.
Let's not go back
My
to
life's
that
always
deep
been
knowledge.
boring. I'm from Finland now.
Abortion, oh, that's funny.
What?
We'll go back on that.
No, no,
What do you think about anti-vax? Let's go.
no.
Oh yes.
No, no,
please, please, please,
no.
please.
Wait, they're the things
Wait.
that you give your kids now, aren't they?
They're vaccinations, but anti-vax are like parents that don't want your child to be
What have you
Well,
done,
that's just
Jack?
retarded.
That is retarded.
Why
That-
wouldn't you want your kid vaccinated?
That's it's
Just
religious
spread the
reasons
retarded
because they
word.
think that if God kills your child, that's like Jehovah's Witnesses. They think if you get a disease,
God does kill you.
God kills
What have you
your
done,
child
Zach? What have you
that way.
done?
It's because God wanted that to happen.
We were so close. We were so
But
close
if
to having
you
a
do
pen.
that, and vaccinations that humans have developed,
Yeah.
then you should be able to fucking use
Exactly.
that. But these fucking parents say,
Being retards.
yeah, being retards going, no, it's unnatural, it's unethical.
Sorry,
Let's
Michael, about the
not
retard word.
vaccinate our kids.
Can you bleep them or?
No.
Bleep us. Give me that fucking mic right now.
No.
Beep. Make a stand.
Right.
Yeah.
I get your stand on anti-vax mums and
Yeah,
dads.
if we could get a fucking stand.
Michael, bloody Michael.
Sorry, Michael, we love you.
Sorry, Michael. Give him an A or whatever it is.
Distinction,
Shut up.
please. Anyways, right. I want to reflect because I want to talk about school life.
No, we've
Yeah, we've talked about
No.
that.
Stop throwing shit on the floor.
Sorry, no problem.
An hour and a half.
We're going to get very interesting now. This is going to be a very good snippet for wherever the fuck we want to put it. This bit is coming up, right?
Right.
Understood?
Are you
You look at me right now. Look at me fucking right now. You look at me. I want you to look at me. I want you to look me in the eyes. This is going to be as fucking interesting as you're ever going to get. It's going to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
We're going to try and make this as good as we can, yeah?
Yeah. We're gonna have a big finish to the podcast.
Yeah, because...
Racism.
Let's not go down that route.
Sorry, Michael.
There's actually a fucking fridge at the minute, Michael. Didn't realise. You can't see him, but he's in a fucking fridge and he's humping the door shut. What's he got? He's got
Oh
some
mate,
grapes.
he's got some
Grapes.
grapes.
Why the fuck
Oh,
you got grapes? Oh.
Right then.
bring them bad
Look
boys
at
over
game
it.
show.
Oh, no,
Oh.
just eat it.
Well, interesting. And then
Wait,
he's got
hang on. Can we
grapes.
taste them first? See what they taste like.
Oh God.
God, I mean, I like grapes, but like you
Wait
can get
until
some.
Geordie Paul gets home and beats the fuck out of Zach with a belt out because his grapes are gone.
Well, no, they're good grapes.
Right. Now we play.
Who can
Throw
eat the most?
fucking donkey in the donkey or something.
I got a donkey.
Right.
Grapes have wine in them. I am drunk. Right.
No, wine's made out of grapes, not grapes having wine.
Shut the fuck up, Rhys. This is our podcast now.
Right.
What the fuck are you doing?
Right. Are we? Is this our segment, or are we just gonna sit here and eat grapes?
No, this is a fucking.
Here you go.
Here's the pit.
I've got the next section.
What's it?
This is my ASMR.
Oh, for
Review.
fuck's sake.
We're not going SMR.
No,
Alright then. 1v1. 3 shots into each other's mouth. If you miss, you smash your head off the table.
From your mouth?
No! Like that. Get 3 grapes.
Wait, if you miss, you smash your head off the cunt table.
No. I was joking.
Oh.
Boring.
Just gonna say move your
Right. You drop it, you pick it. Right, wonderful. Just throw me shit everywhere again.
You drop it.
Right, go.
You eat it.
No, bloody hell, give him a chance. Right,
Just throw it up and I'll try and
yeah,
catch
lean.
it.
Right.
Oh, unlucky.
Pathetic.
Wee bastard.
No, we're gonna do commentary on this, and it's Jack to line up the shot here. He misses, and it goes under the table onto his balls. Is he gonna eat that after? That is the question. Yes, he'll eat that after. Of course he will. Here we go.
Jesus
now,
Christ.
Now Matty's lining up for the shot here. I'll pass to my co-commentator for this section of this game.
Matthew Grice lining up the shot because
The
it's
way
his
Jack
job.
opens his mouth.
that is a powerful shot, but it's just missed the open goal. Let's see if his second attempt
Just wide
is any
of the
better.
back.
Zach, on my account, you're gonna stand up and contrast. And Jack, open your mouth wide. 3, 2, 1.
Back in my day, the crossbar was right.
Cheers, Alan.
Is that it? Have you done? Is that your?
He's got
three?
one more shot
I got one more shot.
One more shot.
for the win here. Matthew Grice.
Oh, you're shit.
You lot of wank. Just eat your fucking grapes. No, my bloody grapes. Fuck you. Right. Well, that's the grape section done.
I can't believe we've had a section about fucking grapes. Oh, the first
to my mic. No, I need to get a fucking grape first. Wait.
Don't worry, boys and girls. We're about to raid the fucking cupboards.
There you go. ASMR. It's got a lot of energy in there. Alright, watch out then. Let me take these back.
Are we done now? Because I think we've run out of ideas.
right. Okay.
And that's the end.
Whoa,
of the...
whoa, whoa, whoa,
sorry.
whoa,
We'll actually sign it off properly.
Bye, Michael.
whoa. We're just gonna say bye, Michael. God.
No. No.
Mic
Jack.
drop.
Hold on. Sorry, Jack.
Mm.
It's just you and me now.
Mm.
For the next 30 seconds.
Well,
Thoughts
15.
on the podcast?
Don't know. I think it went pretty well. It could have gone a lot better, but then again, could have gone a lot fucking worse.
It could have gone a lot fucking worse.
Could have gone a lot fucking
Imagine if you were blowing out anything that I couldn't have edited out.
worse.
Imagine if it been continuous bursts out and not just the single one I've heard so far. To trust. Right, me and Matty will sign off properly by saying, just thank you for your time, because this has been too long.
If you've got this far watching all the way to the end and you haven't skipped to the end, what the fuck are you doing with your life, really?
Honestly.
What the fuck have you
Not
done?
a ranger. I'd rather not.
Calm down. I just want to sign off and say thank you for listening, because I honestly, this is all I've worked towards all year in my media class. I knew if I could get to the end of the year, because I was going to fail. I was literally going to drop out.
Course then, to be honest.
It is an easy course,
We've been
but
working
I've been
towards-
failing it. So
We've been working towards making a podcast in Zach's kitchen, throwing grapes at each other, and Jack being ever so slightly racist.
pretty,
racist.
it's pretty much.
We're not going to it. Just.
We won't go into it.
We won't go into it.
I will take it to court.
We won't go into it. We're going to end it. So just thank you for your time, and this is Redwood Rovers podcast signing off. Matty.
What do you want me to do?
Oh my god.
Right, okay. Cheers, Michael. Please give him a
Don't waste
pass.
our time. This is our mark as well now.
Yeah, can we come in and claim this as a merit? Because this
certification.
1 hour and
I want
43
extra
minutes has.
Give me more qualifications. I'm at Lincoln College, by the way, Zach Cobbing, level 2, mechanical engineering. If you come to me, give me my certification. If we get a pass, then thank you very much.
Actually, I don't think we want a media studies.
No, that's still pretty gay on the CV.
No, I was going to be an actor before.
Were you?
Yeah.
He was going to become an actor.
I was in acting school, and then
Then you were going to join the
and
Navy.
I was going to join. There's a lot of things,
No, you
career
weren't
choice.
going to join the Navy. He was going to get bummed in the Navy.
In the
That was
Navy.
a joke, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Don't disclose that.
Got a lot of career choices that I didn't follow through with, and then I ended up at college. So if you want to give me that merit,
That
please.
joke's fucking.
Yeah. Matthew, thank you for your time.
Well, it's been great actually. Thanks for having me, Rhys. I won't be back ever again. None of us will be. You'll never see us ever again in your lives. And it's been nice actually, Rhys.
Cheers. Zach?
It's a fucking shame actually.
What am I meant to
Michael,
say here
shame.
then? Right, see you later. Thank you for watching.
I
And
just
I'm
wanna-
not coming back unless the pay is doubled, and we're not doing it in my bloody kitchen, because my floor was covered in Matthew's throwings,
And
rakes,
Jack's.
cars, golf balls.
You threw a
I threw the golf ball. Yeah, that's my bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then,
Zach,
Jack, you finished. You
thanks for your
sign
time.
off for now.
Jack,
Bye, Michael.
Yeah,
thank you for your
that's
time.
how he's ending it. See you later.
cheers.
Peace out. Yeah.
This is the end of the Redwood Rovers podcast. Thank you for listening.